Well, good morning. Welcome to my home. Coffee's on, fire's lit. Need the fire lit today. Jeez, about minus 16 out here. And that here in the interior of beautiful BC. Nice wintry day. It's the first of the real cool weather we've had. Anyway, it's been a few days since I put something out. I've been kind of reassessing why I'm doing this and that, and actually looking at myself to how would I put it? I put these out. I started with the intent of just sharing my thoughts, and like I said in my first video, I think, in my welcome video, I don't care how many people see it, if it's just one person, and if that's the person I'm speaking to. Because for me, this is just us sitting down across the table, sitting in my living room right now, having a coffee, having a chat, and I found myself actually getting caught up in the stupidity of looking at numbers and seeing, I don't have a lot of numbers on these, a lot of views on this channel, and like I said before, I really don't care, and I really didn't. But I started to pay attention to those numbers, and especially when I got up, more than 10 or 12, a couple of them got up to 80 or 90, and this just shit hot, and and I found myself starting to look at numbers. So I had to stop and think about why I'm doing it, because I'm not doing it for numbers. I'm not doing it to build myself up. I'm not doing it to build a channel. I'm doing it to share my thoughts on what's going on and how things are, and to encourage and inspire you to actually sit back and think about things, to critically think about things, to look at things from the 40,000 foot view, not to be looking at what's going on in front of you and paying attention to the noise, to rise above that noise and to see what actually is happening, and hopefully, be able to recognize the evil that's going on and what you can do about it. So I'm just going to keep this short today. I just want to share some messages that I've had in the past for different meetings and talks that I've given in different places and things, and the first thing is, it's time to get healthy and serious, mind, body, and spirit. And, there's only one person that can do that for you, and that's you. That's the only person who can do it. I could sit here and talk all day about different things and different ways and different this and that. And there's hundreds of friggin' channels out here, and lots of gurus and people that think that they know everything, and the Palladians are this and that, and all these other stupid things and that. But there's only one person that can get you healthy and serious with your mind, body, and spirit. Yes, there's people and groups and methods that can assist you in that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's only one person that's going to get you in that healthy spot, and that's you. You have to be aware of what you're feeding your mind, what you're feeding your body, and what you're feeding your spirit. Because if the three aren't healthy, you're going to be struggling a little more. So it's hard to have one healthy and the other two not, or it's everything affects each other. So take the time. One of the best things I do every day is when I get up. I'm usually up between 3 and 5, somewhere in there. Just spend a half an hour or whatever you can, just sitting quiet. You can call it prayer, meditation, whatever you want to call it. But just sit there and quiet your mind and listen to your spirit, because it will talk to you. And if you listen, you will hear. And that if you just take the time to actually quiet down, rise above that noise that's going on, and give yourself the opportunity to listen to universe, creator, God, whatever you want to call it. And that realize that you don't need a middleman in between you and creation and the creator. It's a direct communication. You are a spark of creation. You're, we're all one consciousness, or however you want to put it. But we're all part of that system, if you want to call it, or part of the consciousness, part of creation. You are a divine spark. So rise up to that spot. And that it's not easy, It's we've been programmed to acquiesce to the powers that be, and to give our responsibilities over to them. But I think, and again, it's just all my thoughts, and if it doesn't tickle your fancy, well, that's fine too. But I do appreciate the ones that have dropped a note in the comments and said stuff and that to me. And even if you don't agree with me, drop a comment, so that we can have a conversation. And because we need to have conversations. We don't have to agree on everything. Unity does not mean unification. And so let's just start to actually become united as humanity, as a civilization, because what I can see is that's what they're after, is our humanity, and not wanting to merge us with AI or with technology, and not to become a transhumanist things, and that so like I said, this is a time of just to get yourself healthy and serious, and become serious about it, and come to the point where you're not content with the status quo, where you can look at something and say, there's got to be more. And as you do that, and as you come to the next spot, you'll look at that and you'll say, there's got to be more. And there is more. I don't have all the answers. Like I've said before, I'm just an old 67-year-old retired truck driver. I don't have all the answers, but I do know what we've been told. And I know it in my heart. I know it, that we've been told, and what we've been programmed with, and what we've been led to believe is all bullshit, and that there's so much more that we can do, and first off, we got to get to that point individually, but we have to also come to that point as a family, as a community, as a civilization. We have to rise above it, and not become aware of the fact that you are part of that greater consciousness, part of the universe. Raise your awareness. Like I said the other day, I hear lots, and I understand it, raise your consciousness, but I have a hard time with the idea of raising your consciousness, because we are consciousness. How can you raise that anymore? But I think what we need to do is raise our awareness of who we are, what we can become, and the fact that we are consciousness, and exercise those what they call gifts in society, that if somebody's got some type of telepathy or visions or whatever, they call them gifts. Well, they're not gifts to me. That what they are is what has been laying dormant in each one of us. It's not a gift. It's an inherent ability that's in us, but we've been so blinded, so deceived, that we don't realize that we have that power within us. And without exercising that power, it starts to atrophy, and what we don't use, we lose. And it's the same thing with everything. If we don't use it, we lose it. So if you don't use your abilities and your talents and your gifts, they will disappear. So just time for us to use those abilities. Time for us to exercise all those abilities. Exercise for the health of our body. Exercise your mind. Read. Quit watching these stupid things. Yeah, I'm talking to you on technology, but pick up a book, read it. Pay attention to what's going on around, of course, but you can learn a lot from just reading, and then just exercise your mind, exercise your spirit, your abilities, and if just like I said, sit and be quiet, and you'll see what talents and abilities you have. You'll understand that if you seek after it. You hear a lot of people talk about manifestations and wanting to get this and wanting to get that in prayer. When I was involved in the church, and that used to bother me a lot when I hear people praying, because they're praying for, oh, I want this, do this for me, do this for me, do that for me. And that to me isn't what prayer or meditation or just is. It's where you're able to talk with creation, talk with your spirit, with the spirit, and be grateful, be thankful, and seek a little guidance, sure, and that. But it's not everything's been given to you. You don't need to beg for anything, but be grateful for what you have, and that. And if you get up every morning, first thing out of your mouth, thank you. Go to bed every night, last thing out of your mouth before you go to sleep should be thank you. I'm grateful. I am. Anyway, I just wanted to come on, say again, I wanted to say thank you for anybody that does watch this. I appreciate every one of you. And, if you want to leave a like and that's great. That really doesn't matter. But leave a comment, if you want to, if you do pay attention to pay attention, you don't need to pay attention, but if you do listen to what I'm saying, if it makes any kind of sense at all, drop a comment. Even if it doesn't make sense, drop a comment, say, hey, if you think I'm stupid, say so, but let's have a conversation, because we're coming to the point where I think there's going to be huge transitions, and there's going to be lots of chaos, if you want to put it that way. And it's also going to be a time of great joy, really. And that for anybody that's aware and prepared, and that it's going to be tough. but we're going to triumph. And if we can all do it together, we can pull together, we can create a fantastic new world. And they talk about the New World Order. We'll show them what a New World Order is. And anyway, just know that you're loved. Reach out, give your loved ones a hug. Tell them that they're loved. Look in the mirror. Hey, love yourself. And just have yourself, be the best you can be. Work on that. Be the best you can be every day. Do what you can with what you have where you're at. All the little things, it doesn't need to be a great big thing. Like I said before, it can just be a smile. A little bit of kindness to somebody. So do that. Do what you can with what you have where you're at. Anyway, know you're loved, and give each other the room to question and listen for the answers. Anyway, love you. Have a great day. Be blessed, and we'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.